Okay, I think we are ready to start off. Uh, Good morning, everyone. I know some people are joining from other countries, not only in Turkey. Uh, so wherever you are, good evening or good afternoon. My name is Khalid, and if you find my name hard to pronounce, call me K or Khalid. Uh, I am a MAXQDA trainer since 2018, and I've been using the software over the years, trying to analyze my thesis, write my thesis, and do research after that. I have used many competitive software before, and I think Mexico is the perfect fit uh, for what researchers need. In today's, in this week, or sorry, in this upcoming 2 weeks, we'll be discussing Mexico from A to Z, and hopefully I can cover most of it, and or whatever the researcher needs to learn about qualitative data analysis. Without further ado, I have shared with you yesterday an email with the license key, and I'm gonna send it again to the group chat just in case some people did not get it. Uh, so it will be license key. It's valid until the 6th of January. This software, sorry, this license has it will give you access to all the features in Max SQL, all the features as well. So it will be easier for you to follow up with me and at the same time to practice at home after each session. I will be sharing also the handout after each session, and I guess I can share it now as well. This will be like starting. Um, um, there's no. I'll share it in a bit. The handout for today's session. I might do like a little bit of adjustments to the program, like the flow of sessions, because I felt that some sessions could be combined together, so it would like be a lot easier for participants to practice and follow up with me. But I will inform you about these updates in my upcoming email. Without further ado, let's get started. Unless you have any questions. Okay, there we go. Oh, Max Equide. As I've been saying that MAXQDA is the most flexible software for researchers, and it's like unlike other uh, programs or software for research, it's not really complicated to learn or to practice. So today we'll be talking about how you can use MAXQDA, how like what are the first steps that you can use to start researching or analyzing your research or analyzing your data and etc. So the design of MaxQDA is really simple. You have four screens and you can do everything you want from A to Z regarding your research within these four screens. Uh, today we will tour the today's agenda for these. And I apologize, I'm a little bit sick, so my voice is not really coming in, but I guess. So this is agenda is to through the working screen. We will learn how to start a new project, how to import data, and what kind of data MaxQDA analyzes. We will take a look on how we can create codes and what are these codes. I'll be talking briefly about how we can create code and the different ways that we can analyze these codes and how we can use them in MAXQDA. We'll be talking about how you can apply a code to like specific segments of your data, like specific information in your data, and how you can activate these data and how you can analyze them to take them to the next step, and how to look for specific patterns in coded data, especially if you're working with like a larger chunk of data, like interviews and or like you're using mixed methods.
Excuse me.
And this is how you can find data. Sorry?
It's very difficult for me to hear or intelligibly to you. I try and I make an effort, but it's very, very difficult to understand. I mean, like 20% of it is clear to me only.
Let me just take my.
I don't know if this is a problem for me only, but two people else, they also wrote about that.
Just a second.
Or maybe we can ask, I mean, if it's only me.
I think it's a couple of people. Okay, it's good to know now. Okay, how about the sound now? Is it any better?
Yeah, it is better now. Thank you.
It's
Thank
clear.
you. Thank you for. How is it now?
Better.
Is it still the same or?
It's
Okay,
better now.
great.
It's
Yeah, it's
better.
better
Thank
now.
you so much.
Yeah.
Yeah, thank you so much for letting me know. Okay, so as I was saying, so these are the sort of things that we'll be talking about today, mainly, but I want to invite all of you to join the MAXQDA Research Network group on LinkedIn. This is a community for researchers who want to learn about MAXQDA or they have questions about MAXQDA or want to learn about other trainers who have or will be doing research about MAXQDA. And also, if you have questions or concerns, you can post them in the group, and so many people will answer your inquiries. All you need to do is write MAXQDA Research Network on LinkedIn, and you will have access to that. What is MAXQDA? Before we start, MAXQDA, Max stands for German sociologist, German sociologist from Germany, but QDA, as you can see, is a qualitative data analysis. And in MAXQDA, there is no limitation on what qualitative data. It's not only interviews and articles, anything that you can think of, MAXQDA can analyze, or you can import it to MAXQDA. And with data analysis, MAXQDA does not limit your analysis methodology. So if you want to work with thematic analysis, they have some tools for that. If you want to work with grounded theory, you have many tools for that. If you want to work like in mixed methods, and we'll be looking at this at some point soon, you have also tools for that. And if you work only in quantitative data analysis, instead of using many other software, you have the tools that you need in MAXQDA. So these are some of the benefits, and I think you will realize that once you start practicing and using the software more practically, it helps you in all the stages that you will be working on your research. And I have written my entire thesis, my master thesis, only using MAXQDA. I did not need to go to Microsoft Office and do analysis there. I did not use SPSS or other software to analyze my data. I have done everything that I wanted in MAXQDA. Even like they give me like the table of contents pretty in the software itself. So that made like a lot easier for me. And I think it's time to go to the software and start working. Please, if you have any questions during the session, feel free to ask them in the chat, or you can stop me anytime you want, and I'm happy to answer any of them. Okay, so in MAXQDA, we have 5 main sections, and we will look at each section in turn. So let's just start with the document browser, which is the largest and the main part of this screen, which is the one you can see here. It starts with Mateo. This area is called the document browser. And the document browser is much like your Microsoft Office. It's the place where you can work, you write, you edit your work, and as you can see here from this ribbon and this menu, you have options to edit your work. To be able to edit your work or like to open this system, because now this is a place only you can read your document. This is the only place that you can, the workplace where you can view, analyze data, but also the place where you can only read. If you want to edit your work here after you import them, and we'll be looking into that in a little bit, you need to click on this button here, and this will open the area for to be able to edit that. So we have the document navigation. So if you like obviously scroll down and up, you can see your data. You can read what you have, like the information that you have here. But also you have here on the side to the left of the screen or the left of the window, you have some areas that have been highlighted. These areas are called codes. And I want you to think about codes as when in the past, before all this technology happened, when you had a marker and you have a sticker notes, where would you like read an interview and highlight some parts and look, so like, yeah, this is red, this is, you give it a code, or you add a sticker there or sticker notes. This is pretty much the same idea, except it's in, and on a computer. So these areas here that have been highlighted are called codes. And there are different ways to code data in MAXQDA. I will be talking about that some of them today, but we have like a specific session for that. So these are the codes and the highlights that the researcher finds important or interesting or intriguing or so on. Also here we have, in this section, we have something called the toolbar. In the toolbar, you have two toolbars. You have the upper toolbar and you have the lower toolbar. And this one, you have the ones that you can, sorry, in this one you have, like you can change font as like in Microsoft Office and the font and everything, the details that all of us know when we use like Microsoft Office. And the the other one here has, sorry, it helps you with data analysis. Now, each of these icons has a function, and all these functions are very important. They are going to make your research and your work a lot easy. We'll be talking about them once we get advanced. After we do the tour of the interface. Here also you have some of the tools that you need. For example, I'm not going to get into details at this point. I just want to mention a few important ones. For example, if you're writing your work in using American English or British English, this is, for example, the tool that you can use to differentiate between American English and British English. You can print your materials, you can change the size of the data on the go. And here also you can show if you want to like have some comments on like pretty much as Microsoft Office. So this is about the documented browser. I think if you spend like here like a few minutes exploring how the toolbars to familiarize yourself with their functions, they will quickly become second nature to you. It's pretty easy to navigate them. But I do advise that once you finish editing your data here, if you have to edit anything, close this icon again so you don't have to have problems with your data at some point. Okay, so now we move to the second window in our tour. Here to the left, up to the left, we have something called the document screen or the document panel. And here you can find all the documents you import or the files that you import into MAXQDA. Think about it as the file that you had before technology, and you have all the interviews, all the data that you have collected about your thesis, about your study, about the research that you're doing. And this file is this now in the document system. You can here group your work into groups. You can put them in sets. If you put them in sets, it means that your work would not be like if you made changes into the documents, but you have this like you have the same document in the same set. You can change in documents and you will see change, but once they are in set, they don't change. This is a good method if you want, like to work in multiple depths and see, like compare your work. We'll get into that at some point. But here also you can, when I say document, I don't mean like only interviews or articles. You can also add survey data. You can import them, and we will be talking how you can import them at some point today. Also, you can add material like pictures or videos from YouTube or from Instagram, or previously they had a function for Twitter, but it's no longer available. And sorry. And as you can see here, you have another toolbar with features. This toolbar is like the control panel that it will help you to see what kind of information that you have. Just a quick note on these things. You see numbers in here. I know they sound like a little bit confusing at first, but these are the it shows like how many coded segments that you have highlighted in each document. What have you done? Like what kind of work that you have done? How many times you have coded specific segments in these data. I'm sorry, I think some people are coming up. I'm just gonna add them. Okay. Okay. So here, as I was saying, and you can see some memos in here. These yellow small brackets we call them memos. And memos, think about them as again as cigarette notes, where you can include your notes. Here they call them memos, and we will talk about memos in a bit. For the best practice when you import your data into documents, it's better if you group related documents together for a clearer overview of your analysis progress. And again, once you start practicing a little bit and going through the software, you'll find it a lot easy to navigate this application. This program. Now, we move to the second one. Beneath the document system, we have the code window or the code panel. And here, this is where the areas that you have highlighted in your research became like codes. I'm gonna talk about that really shortly. So here we call it the code window. Again, here you can find a list of your codes, neatly organized. You can make them colored. You can give them emojis if you wish. And you have here, you can, again, as much as like document system, you can group them. You can put them in groups, like a main code and subcode, all these things that you can do here. And it's pretty practical. We will talk about, how I'm gonna like showcase an example very soon. Also, if you really, you can make 2 to 3 levels of codes in this actually like endless system of codes that you can do in here. And you can see also numbers on the right here. This indicates how many data segments are linked to each code. Same things work for memos, like these nodes. My best advice when you work in MAXQDA and you want to analyze or you code your data, start with broad codes and refine them into subcategories or subcodes as your analysis evolve. And we'll be talking about coding analysis anyway today and some other day. Um, uh, Here also, you could, as you can see, I guess, different codes, they have different colors. And this is something that you can do in MAXQDA. But I mean, you have to, I guess you have to use it in a reasonable way because colorful things are really nice, but uh, overusing it or using it in a wrong context or in a wrong way would make it harder for you to visualize your data at some point. So I would use it like very wisely. And then we go to the right. So I should have activated this one, sorry. Then we have the fourth and the last screen in our tour, in our main window. This one to the right of the code panel, we have something called retrieved segments. In retrieved segments, it's the space, space allows you to display sets of data segments based on the specific combinations of documents and codes. So when you have codes, documents and you have codes, which means that you have a document here in the document browser that you can read and you can highlight some areas and assign codes to them. Assign codes is like give it a name. So for example, we are now reading, if we would like to interviews, and we are reading Selim, for example, and this area has been highlighted, like this segment has been highlighted. If it has been highlighted as childcare, if I came here and now you can see childcare here, the same area that has been highlighted from the little ones are still. So this is the why we use retrieved segments is to view all the segments and specific document or specific like in a combination of documents in the same place in a more focused context. And in this area, there are lots of things that you can do. You can visualize your data based on this specific part, or you want to revise or see the progress that you have made, and among other other things that you can use, and we'll be talking about them very soon. Then we have the navigation bar, which is in the top part of the screen, where like you have like about 12 menus over here. And these menus in here, they have different activities and different functionalities and different tools to help you every step of the way. We will not be talking about all of them today. We'll be talking about some of them today, but I'll be talking about like the ones that we really need for today. And as we go and on the training, you will find it a lot easy to follow up and understand what each tool is for. So as you can see, once you open the software, you will notice that it will open with import. Because this is when you need to import your data to the software. So this, as I said, like they have like 12 menus in here. The active menu, if you want which menu I am in. So the active menu will be highlighted in black. Of course, with black hyphen or sort of light, but MAXQDA offers different coloring for the system. You could use it with light or dark system. We'll be talking about very soon. So here also at the same in the same menu you have these toggles like the switch layout. As we said, MAXQDA offers 4 screens, and now here you can choose which ones or like how you want to show see them. So if you click here, you will see like it will give you different ways into how you can see your screen. If you have 2 screens, that will be really interesting and a lot easier than having all of the 4 screens in the same place. And we have some people coming up. Great. Okay. Yeah. So as I was saying, this one gives you the different variations on how you can uh, change the layout of your screen. You have the undo and redo button in here, and you have the sign in button. In the sign in button, I think I have sent you all of you have signed up for MAXQDA. So basically, if you have the software, it means you need to have an account. And once you log into your account, you will be able to. It's very important actually to sign up into your account because if you do sign in, this means that you can use AI tools, and we have an extended session on how you can AI helps you in your research. I'm not a believer that AI can do work for people. It should it only assist us as researchers, and also it will give you access to Teamy Cloud if you're working with at a university that supports MAXQDA, or like we have affiliations or people use MAXQDA there. You have Teamy Cloud. It's easier um, uh, to work in a team and share files and so on. So experimenting with this layout is really easy, and the options that you have are you have many options to analyze your data. Again, we will not be talking about all of them today, but hopefully during these sessions we can cover most of them. I'm happy to extend my program for a couple of more days to cover as many parts as possible. Then we move to the bottom left in here. In the bottom left in here, we have 4 icons. Here you have, if you like the question mark icon here, if you click here, this is the help button. If you have any questions, if you have any, like you can search for updates. MAXQDA gets updated every couple of months. This is the one that now we have 24.6.0 is the last update. You can see your license status from here. You could, I sent you the 4 weeks license. You can use it here and to update. And if you want to purchase MAXQDA license, I could provide you with a discount code that you can use in the future. Here also, if you have like questions about tutorials, you want to watch how you can do certain things, this is the place for you to have like the full manual help from MAXQDA. Then we have then we have like a couple of other tools here. For example, if you click on this one, this will take you to the settings or the preferences page of MAXQDA. In this preferences, you can change many things as you want. I mean, like these are like pretty standard things. For example, this is like the most important one, like personally for me, is where my files are going to be. So you can change that as you wish. We have the user interface. And here, as I was saying, you have light, you have light 2, the ones we're using now, and you have dark, and you have one as like how whatever this is your system that you have. So I'm gonna just go with light because it's my favorite. It's easier to navigate. With interface language, you have many languages here. Arabic so far not here, hopefully in the future. But you have English, Spanish, Japanese, as you can see, many languages in here. And with the spell check, you have English, German, and Spanish. You can change how the text size goes. Here you have something about font. Some people prefer to use it all the time in your Times New Roman. You can do that from here a lot easier. And you have, other functions that you can work on. Now, if I click save, they will ask the software will restart, so they can apply the new light, the dark, the interface section. So I'm not gonna do that. We'll have lots of time to do that at the moment. Also here, you have this icon. This is where you can give feedback. If you click there, it will take you to the main page of MAXQDA where you can give feedback on the software, or if you have any problems that you can add them there. So far, do you have any questions? Any questions? Any problems? I hope it's clear so far.
Yes, it's clear.
No questions, I see. Okay. No questions, sorry. Now, this takes us to the next stage, which is, the most scary one, yet the most important one, creating a new project or starting your own project. Now, MAXQDA would not look like this when you open it, but I'm gonna go to new project here. This is where you need to start a new project. I think we have a question in here. Let me just check for a second. Yes, go ahead.
Okay, thank you so much. Hi everyone. Hi Khalid. I have just question. I'm trying to activate the retrieve it segment, but when I click in the code or in the segment, this box or these windows don't activate it. Warning advise me to activate the set or to activate the document. How to do that?
Well, first you need to activate the document, then you need to activate the code.
Okay, thank you.
Yeah, without activating the document, it will not really get activated because you need like both combination of both of them, the document and the code.
Thank you so much.
So scary part, here we come. Creating a new project, starting your own project. So basically, once you open the software, MAXQDA software, you need to go to home button, home screen, home menu, and ask for new project. A new project. I'm gonna call it demo 24. And I found the place I want to save it. Good. Now, once you open it, it would look like this: 4 empty windows, nothing there. And this is honestly the most scary and exciting part of being a researcher, or a PhD student, or a master student, or any researcher who's doing research. Now we have these 4 empty windows, and as you can see, once you have started a new project, it will take you to the second menu, which is the import section, because we made the new project, and now we have to import something new to our data. So in the important options, you can see you have a variety of ideas, from text to PDF tables to transcripts. And in transcripts, you can import transcripts that you have done on other software. And you can see if you like click here, it is like from different softwares that you have used. Or you could bring something from MAXQDA transcription, which is a 60 minutes free version of MAXQDA AI transcription that MAXQDA offers each participant. 60 minutes, use it wisely, please. That you can use to transcript your data. You could also bring them with time stamps or without time stamps. Again, I said you have many functions for focus groups. I was not really lying. You have many functions for focus groups that you can use it from here. Also, you can import these data here. You can import images, audios, videos, survey data from Excel, SurveyMonkey, or if you have like used SPSS files in the past, you can import them here as well. You can use YouTube data. And tomorrow, I think we have a session on social media analysis. We'll be talking about how you can analyze YouTube data with a real life example that I'm working on at the moment. You can also include web pages from the internet. It's very important to install this web collector for MAXQDA function or extension because that way, when you like browsing the internet, you can just click on this extension and it will save all the files for you. You don't have to go back and forth between documents. And you have structured text, you have documents from spreadsheet. Here, this one is for important when you're writing your thesis and you want to add the citation system. This is very important. Or you can just add, a blank document or like a new document that has nothing to do with anything, just for you to start working. So I'm gonna go with just like a quick example. I think I'm gonna go with text because I have something here, I guess. Desktop. Yeah, I have this one. So once you do that, sorry, I had to show you that. Sorry. So if I want to do that, I can do it in two different ways. I can do this from here, text on that function and import the file that I want. I could go to my desktop and just select this and drop it in the software. Or I could, from here, there's a plus button in the document system that says import documents, new text, new group document. I could just like import documents and I can choose the document I want and I can import it. You have different ways. All of them are, I believe, easy and practical for everyone. So also you can add groups like I have Salim, but let's imagine that I have like another interview that I want, or so another document. You can here add like new group document. I'm gonna go and call this a group as semi interviews, for example. And I have this now. I can just like draw this one here, and now in semi interviews I have Salim. Now I don't have. I'm not gonna like go through this now because I'm just trying to show you something. Like we're trying to navigate all these things, and don't have really like lots of time to do coding today. We will do coding in that session. But MAXQDA offers example of projects, and I'll be using one of these. You have it in many different languages in here. I'm gonna use the one in English, which is work-life balance. And this project is a great example if you wanna, practice analysis and see how that works. This is a good example for you. Now, since at the moment I don't have any use for retrieval segments, and this is the retrieval segments we needed to only not only, we need it mostly when we do the final stages of analysis or after we finish coding. So I'm not I'm gonna click on this one and just like send it away so I can have more space. So creating codes. This takes us to creating codes because now we learned how to add documents. Now this just takes us to creating codes. Now I'm gonna show you how we can do that. Now we have now the document here, and I am reading an interview by Salim. To be able to see the document, you have to click on the document twice so you can open the document. Now, in this interview with, I'm gonna go with Salim. In this interview, the interviewer is asking the participants about their work-life balance and whether their daily routine contradict with their work life or not, or whether they're satisfied about their work or not. The first step you do when you have your search is you read your data very well and very carefully. So I'm gonna just show you an example on how we can like code data. Again, in the past, before technology, I'm keep giving you this example. Personally, I think this is a good example. Is that you read, you highlight, you give it a name or a code, and you get lost within the codes that you have. But I think here it's a lot easier. You need to read, you just read the document, and we will learn in a little bit how you can do rapid analysis or rapid reading of your document, if you wish, you call it that. So I'm gonna go with this part. My work time itself is unpredictable. It depends on the length and the number of external appointments I have. This is also mean that I often cannot plan the end of the workday. Now, I liked this part and I want to give it a code. There are many ways to give it a code. The first one is, first of all, you need to highlight the area. So once you highlighted the area, you can come to the code window. You can see this part in here. If you hover over it, it will say new code. If you click a new code, you will have this new window. And this new window, this is where you write your code. I'm gonna call this code, okay, my words. Not happy with work. This is an example. I would never code my data like this. And again, coding data does not go like only with like one-time thing. The more you read your data, the more you analyze or give and edit your codes. Then I'm gonna give it a color. I'm gonna just go red, but if you like more colors, you can pick a new color from here. Then I am going to add a code memo. In code memo, it's really interesting and important at the same time for yourself to keep a track of your data and of your work, is that you remind yourself why I have assigned this code this way. Some people prefer to write words like keywords, but it's important to like write sentences. It will be a lot easier for you to to keep track of your coding system. Now, if you click OK, it will give it will code this area like this. So if you come here and you see, if you like now we are reading Salim, right? And now we have not happy with work. If you click here, it would, sorry, it did not, sorry, I made a mistake here, sorry. So now I created the code, but I did not link it to this one. I created the code, but I did not link it to this one. After you created the code in here, you can now take the code and drop it on the highlighted area. This is one of the ways, but there are like a couple of other ways. again, same sentence. I'm gonna go the same sentence, and I'm gonna go with the right click on the text and say with a new code. But there are other things here that you can use. I'm gonna go with the new code. If you work now, as you can see, you see other existing codes. Now, if an existing code, it means that I have coded similar data before, and this is sort of data that I can link this specific part with if you wish, but if you don't want, you can say like it shows like new code, work, life, problems, for example. I'm gonna go with code memo, or I could add a comment for myself to, again, for a specific reason that I want. I can give it a color again. Again, be wise. You need to be wise with coloring our system. So if you click OK, you will have it highlighted, and you will have the code here in the margin. This is another way. There is another way if you wanna like give a code as an emoji. And I think people in psychology would love that a lot. So I'm gonna highlight a different part, if I get home a little earlier, the dinner is served as a family. And I think this is a happy code, something like positive. So if you come here to the toolbar here, you will see like the smiley emotion code. If you click here, you will have around 5,000 different emojis that you can use. And the best part is the diversity that you can use, changing the color as much as you want. So I think this is a happy code. So I would say, like, for example, this one. If you click on this one, it will highlight that part and give it this code. And if you go to the code system, you will see that there's this code as a code. Any questions so far?
I have a question.
Yeah.
Now you were talking about the emojis, like we can just set for the emotions, right? So if we give like the same emojis to the multiple places, so will they come under the same code, or we will have the multiple same emojis?
Well, why would you send the same emoji with the same area?
Sorry, couldn't get
How?
it. Can you?
Sorry, yeah. Why would you use the same emoji for different segments?
For example, you just saying like is it's a positive thing, and then if I want to just collect the positive emotions in one section, so I just want to know if will it go under the one emoji, and how we can just set that thing.
Yeah, definitely. So let's say that I have another code where I think this is could go with the same code. So let's say like flexibility. I wish I could more. Okay, this is not a good one. Sorry. Uh, Work-life separation. For example, I think this is a good code. Just an example. And I want to give it the same emoji. The further, it's pretty simple. You just drag and drop the code, and this is how you have it. You can drag and drop, or you can give it a new code. Sorry, you can from here, like code it.
Okay, thank you.
Okay, of
Thank
course.
you.
Any questions? Okay, I think we're gonna go for a break for 5 minutes, then we will continue after the break. I will see you in 5 minutes. Hello, everyone. I think we can continue now. I hope everyone is here. So we were talking about creating and managing codes. I have like a couple of other things I want to mention about coding. So as we said that this is one of the ways to create codes, and I don't want to like overcomplicate it at the moment on how you can create codes, because there are many ways that you can create and manage codes in MAXQDA. I will not talk about all of them today. We have in the upcoming days, we will be talking about that in details. And it's better if you experience that yourself at first before we talk about them. Now, again, from the code window, if you click on the new code, you will see this new window. One thing I forgot to mention here is you can, in this part, the help button, if you click on the help button, it would take you to the MAXQDA manual, to that specific feature that's related to codes. For example, if you were doing a code and you don't know how to do the code, or you have a problem with that code, this question mark button or the help button would take you to the MAXQDA manual, where you could it would showcase how you can use a specific feature in a video, also in a written context. Now, we'll be talking about how you can organize your codes, or how you can, group them. The best way and the easiest one, obviously, is to drag and drop. So, for example, I have here something called work-life balance code. In the work-life balance code, I have many subcodes, from education, family, friends, work-life separation, and etc. For example, if I want to take one of these sub codes and I make it as a main code, as a parent code. So this work-life balance, we call it parent code, and this subcode, we call it child code. So if I want to take education and make it a parent code, all I need to do is drag it to whichever place I want, and I need to see this line, the green line, or this green line. It means that you can drop it there. If I drop this here, education here became as sorry. Then education here became as a main a parent code. But also, if I regret doing that, I want to take it back. Same thing, you drag it and you go to the place where you want to merge it, and you can see on the screen where it shows merge. If you go to work-life balance and you leave it there, it will go back to where it came from. So you need to think about how you will organize your data, your codes. The subcode as a child code, or you want to do them in the same level as parent code. And the flexibility here is very essential for building a code system, especially when starting analysis. So my best tip here is to create and organize codes, to like spend like a couple of hours doing that. It will help you to create a structured and efficient coding system for your project. Now, we talked about how we can apply codes into the data. I'm gonna go with a new project because I need to showcase that. Project. I'm gonna import the document that I used earlier. Okay. Now we have Salim in here. Now I'm reading, I've read it very carefully, and there are like some areas where I need to assign codes. So I'm gonna go with this one at 6:30. We wake up. I think this is like a segment. So this is the highlighted area. We call it a segment. So you highlight the segment that you wish or you see or you think this is important for your data. And the second step is to choose a code. Now, you can do it from code window here. But if you do it from code window here, it means that you will create a code, then you will apply the code like this. I'm gonna go daily routine. I'm gonna go with amber color. Now I have created the code, but I have not applied the code yet. To apply the code, I'm gonna drag it and drop it on the code on the highlighted segment. This is option one. Option two. I'm gonna go back. I highlighted the area. From this part here, you have code highlighted segment. You have code with a new code. You have code in vivo. I'm going to talk about code in vivo. If you click on code in vivo, it would give the name of the highlighted segment as a code, like this. So this whole sentence became a code. Now, this makes no sense because, when we talk about coding, it should be like a keyword for something that we're working on. But if you choose something like shorter and you think, wow, this makes more sense to me, the interviewee was able to put the idea that I was asking in a more interesting language that you could use it as a code. Well, that's fine. But to use an entire sentence or entire segment and make it as a code, it makes no sense for me. So here, if you click here, it will open this window again, where you can give it a code as like, for example, a daily routine, which now exists. So I don't have to, to create a new one. If you click here, it has been assigned. And this is another option on how you can do that. So once you have applied a code to the data, you will see visual confirmation. This visual or this visual will means that this if you click here, it will highlight that part, that segment, which means that this bracket in the margin showing that the code's color and part of the name of its name, if it's short. If it's long code, it will show like part of it. Now, if you click on this twice on the this code in the margin twice, it will give you a comment. In the comments, you could mention like why you have named or why you have assigned this code this name. You can see like there's this AI assist. If you click on AI assist, I'm not gonna get into details now, but it just like came up. You want to give a summary of this code as a comment. So especially if you're working with a larger chunk of data and you want to make a summary of that chunk of data, so it will be easier for you to remember why I have assigned this code to this paragraph or this segment. You can choose the language. It supports all languages, including and you can choose the length. You could choose if you want like the summary as sentences, paragraph, or you want the topic list or like pinpoints. And once you click here, I'm gonna let's show it like really quick. If it was too short, like 3, 5, 6 words, it will not give you anything. So here, for example, it read the highlighted area and said morning routine, family, children, breakfast. So if you click OK, you will come here, you will see it as a comment. But I would not recommend using AI all the time. Use it wisely and use it if necessary and as an assistant to help you, not as the sole researcher in your work. Now, we will go to what we call activation. In activation, it means that you can see the work that you have done. I'm going to go back to the document that we have from MAXQDA. Now, I have here many documents and many things that I have not used yet, and I'm not sure which one I'm working with, right? Now here it shows Selim, but maybe I want to like work with the Chris, right? So to be able to activate the Chris, you see there is this circle next to the name. All you need to do is to click with left side of your mouse. You will see that the color has a change. It became like purple in the color. It means that this document has been activated. Now there are two different two important things that you will notice here, that the document system is still Salim, because this is Salim is like has been highlighted in bold as the one that is open, not activated. To be able to be activated, it means that you want to see the document and the codes together. So you can see them in their derived segments in a bit. So if you click on Chris twice, it change that you can see Chris here, and Chris is activated. And at the same time, you can activate multiple documents at the same time. It's only like one sole thing that you can activate. You can activate Chris, you can go to focus groups and activate that. All these valid. But now I have activated the Chris, and I want to activate now the code system. Same thing works for that. You could activate, if you want to activate like the main code, like the parent code and the subcode, all them like together, you can just come to the parent code, click here, it automatically activate the other parts as well, the subcodes or like the child codes. Or if you want like specific codes in that area, for example, I'm going to go with education, family and friends, and childcare. Now I have highlighted the documents that I want to see, and I have highlighted the codes I want to see. Now I need them in more specific, context or a specific window. So we come to the layout here in the top button. We have the retrieved segments. As you can see here, it will show me the areas that have been highlighted with the specific codes, not all the codes, especially if you're working with so many codes and you cannot really navigate all of them at the same time. Now you have more balanced, more focused context where you can see the codes that you have highlighted. And the most interesting part is that once you click on, like here, it have like the source where this specific code came from and in the document. If you click here, it would take you to that part. As you can see, it like, for example, it's written Chris POS, like position, as like a 21st line or 11th paragraph. So there are like lines in MAXQDA that or paragraphs that you can follow up from here. In case, to show a proof for your supervisor or for the group that you're working with that like this is a real work. So it's very important. Now, if you want to non-activation, like you want to deactivate the document, you can do that from the parent code, or if you want like deactivate specific documents, you can click here on like the same oval, like same circle, and it will deactivate. Now, see, once you have deactivated the document, nothing that you can see in the retrieved segments, even though like we have coded areas in here. It does not really matter because to be able to see retrieved segments, you have to activate the document and the codes. One of them does not really work. Hey, do you have any questions so far? No questions, I guess. Okay. Mhm. Okay. Now, I'm gonna go and talk about something like about coding system. I mean, like we have a different day for coding, but I think I need to mention a few things about that. Just a second. Mhm. This is for another day, but I will mention some of these points very briefly. When we dealing with coding in MAXQDA, there are a few things, or actually many things, you need to take into account. So some of these things are the length of your data, or are you dealing with um, survey data, or you're dealing with interviews, or you're dealing with a combination of these one. The ways that MAXQDA analyzes data, like you have many features and many tools that you can use to exploit your data, and at the same time to analyze your data. Now, I want to mention some of these things, but we'll be talking about them like more in details in upcoming sessions. Uh, uh, yeah. So here again in the document, and sorry, in the software where we can yeah. So here in these menus, as we have talked before, I wanted to show you some other ways on how you can code your data. Now, I'm not going to talk about it in details. Today is not the day. I just wanted to give you like a glance or a glimpse into how the workplace where we'll be like doing MAXQDA for the upcoming 2 weeks. But I want to show you some of the things that MAXQDA can help you when you code your data or you want to analyze your data. Now, with the coding system. Now, in the coding section, you can have different ways on how you can look at your data. The first one is, for example, I have this interview with Chris, and I want to, to see specific patterns in my data. There's creative in the code system. If you come to the code system here, you will see creative coding, smart coding tool, code statistics, explore coding. And code comparison. If you have like different coding systems for the same document, you want to, compare between the coding system that you have done. I'm gonna go with the creative coding here, and I'm gonna show you how this works. I think this is one of the most interesting things for me. I enjoy doing it a lot. So it's a way, like to explore your data and to be more familiar with the materials that you're working with. And in creative coding, it's a way that you can visualize your coding system, or you visualize your data in a way that it would really look interesting, especially for people who want to publish their research and they need to add figures or graphs in their research. So for example, I'm gonna go with this one, like work-life balance. I'm gonna go with like education. When you want to do like this creative coding, all you need to do is just like drag the codes into this working area. I'm just gonna go like education here, family and friends, childcare, and free time and self-care. Now I have like these 4 codes, and I think these like are enough for now. As you can see, like next to each code, you have the numbers. These numbers shows how many segments have been included in this code. Like this, family and friends have been coded 41 times, education 24 times, and so on. Now, what I can do with this is interesting. I think this is like the right word for that. So if you have all the codes that you want in here, you can now here click finish creative coding. Okay, no, sorry. I made a mistake. So creative coding, I dragged and I dropped the codes that I want to work with. And now if you click on this and you said overview of coded segments, it will show you the coded segments that you have worked or that you have let or like you have coded in here. Now, if you want to see them, or you can now see them in a more focused system, but you want to add some of them to this creative coding system, or this creative like as a graph. Now here you could change things from here. You could add a new code. You could link them together if you have like as a subcode. But you can do more than that. If you choose AI Assist and want to summarize, you can summarize your data, like the coded segments in these. Like you can summarize the 24 coded segments and have a summary of that to include, or you can ask AI to suggest subcode system for education. Again, I'm not going to get into AI today. I just want to show you like how different ways you can visualize your data, or you can discover your data, or you can code your data. And this is one of the ways. But if you click finish creative coding and you have made changes to these codes, it would typically change your coding system into something on the way how you made the difference here. It would be different in your coding system, the original coding system. So any changes that happens here, it changes your work in the coding system. I think we have a question. Yes, go ahead, please.
Okay, thank you. Is it possible to visualize the main code and showing the hierarchy code, the subcode in the same visual?
Can you say that again? Sorry.
So is it possible to visualize in this creative code by showing the main code and the hierarchical code, subcode in the same visual?
Yes, but not in creative coding, in a different feature. I'll show that. Now, if you come to visual tools, I mean, like this is a topic for another day, but since it came up, why not? Visual tools, Max Maps. If you click here, and I'm gonna go start a new map, give it a name, and then you would come to new document model. And you have here different ways that you can add as a model. So you said something about code, so I'm gonna go with this one, and I'm gonna go with the document that I want. I'm gonna go with Salim again. And once you do that, all the codes that are linked to Salim will appear here. Now, you can make this more interesting by adding examples from these things. For example, I'm gonna go with import code memo or coded segments. If you click, for example, on coded segments in here, and you want to import coded segments as an example of the sub of education, which is the child code, not the main code, not the parent code, and you want coded segments, you cannot add more than one, because here it shows that it has been coded only once. So you could click OK here, and If you go down, you would see the code that you have highlighted. And you can do this for all these sections. But you mentioned something about a different one. So I'm going to go with, sorry, based on coding. This one. So we're talking about work-life balance. I'm going to take work-life balance here. It will show this. But I did not like it, so I'm going to go with coded segments. Now you could, and this shows like a single code model on how you can, visualize your data. Now you can make this as more interesting by adding pictures or specific segments from your data into the screen. You can visualize it more, but this is for visualization session. I will not get into details, but I hope I really answered your question, though.
Great, thank you.
Now, again, since we talked about coding and you want to see your coding system, and some of the features I'll be talking about is if you go to code system, you have a smart coding tool. If you go to smart coding tool under code menu, it will open a new window for you. Now, this is where lots of things can happen, lots of magic can happen. You don't have to work with all the documents all at once. You can only work with activated codes. So if you click here, for example, only activated codes, it will only show the codes that you have activated. And for example, I'm going to make it smaller, and I'm going to activate another code from here. And I'm going to go back to you see, it changed directly it added the codes that I have highlighted. Activated. So here I have these here, and I can see them now in more interesting way. And I want to edit, or I want to give them codes. So here you could read the coded segments. You can change the codes and assign new codes to your data. To do that, all you need to do is highlight the area that you want to assign a new code, and right-click on the data. You can create and assign new code. But if you change anything here, again, it would change the coding system that you have done previously. Now, another thing that you can explore your coded segments or your coded data is the word cloud function in here. If you click on the word cloud, it will open this window where it shows you a cloud of the most frequent word that has been mentioned in the document. If you hover over it, it will show you how many times it has been repeated. Here you could change the functions or the case sensitivity, or you can filter your data as you want. And if you want to have this as to edit into your thesis or your research, you can simply export it and give it a name, or you could just copy display and you can paste it anywhere you want. There is something called YTTT. We'll be talking about that in next week. And this feature is really interesting when you're doing thematic analysis. Or you can just, print it really quick and you would have it like this. So another way is if you want to explore your data in more details, or you want to search for specific patterns in your data, you could come to this search and add to code. If you click in the search and add to code, for example, you would want to search for a specific word, right? Let's say that you want to search for the word work. You write the word work and you say you can choose the document, the filter information from here, but it's not necessary. You would say run search. It would highlight all the parts in the activated codes where the word work has been mentioned. And I think this is really interesting when you're working with large chunk of data and you want some specifications on how you can approach your data, or you're searching for specific patterns there. Now, there's sentiment analysis. I'm not really expert on that. I have used it in the past, especially if you're working with like Twitter data, or if you want to analyze these things, you can use them, but I'm not really expert on that, so I'm not going to get into details with that. You can use analyze in stats, which is like when you want to work on statistical analysis, descriptive analysis, for example, you can use that. And AI assist, you'll find it everywhere. We'll be talking about that in a different session. This is for coding. Another tool that you can use to exploit your data or to code your data is to code Explorer. Okay, we have a question. Yes, John.
Thank you, John, for your fruitful and informative presentation. I was wondering, when you are using AI in coding or during the data analysis procedure, is it considered as a kind of unethical or plagiarism by journal editors or not? Or it is considered as a tool like SPSS, AMS, Lizrel, I don't know. And I would like to know the type of cognition, especially editors, have towards such a tools when you are using in your data analysis. Thank you.
Thank you so much. Hujam, I think as when I first started the session, I said that AI assist, as it sounds, is just an assistance. We should never, as researchers, depend solely on AI analysis. So when in MAXQDA does not MAXQDA uses a specific system or a specific it does not use. It's not like ChatGPT where it can give you all the information all at once. You should interact with the data at first when you start, analyzing your data. And as researchers, I don't think we should use AI solely and depend on it solely when analyzing our data. As we will see in the upcoming session when we use AI assist, sorry, is that it requires the researcher to interact with the data, to use it in a more interactive way. AI and MAXQDA will not give you the final answer. You have to work for it. And at the same time, if you are going to use AI assist, and not only in MAXQDA and in every other like work life situation, it's better to make a note that specific note, like I have used AI in this section, I have got AI assistance from this section. And the word assistance is really, really important in this context, because you don't need to be misunderstood as you have used AI solely to give you, to analyze your work or to do the work for you. So using AI should be used like in a responsible way. We will be talking about best practices that would save you lots of time, but at the same time, it would not be considered unethical. But this is like for another session, but thank you for raising the question. I'll keep that in mind when I talk about AI. Okay, I hope that answers the question, John. Yeah, here again, we go back to the Code Explorer. Now, in Code Explorer, if you have like, analyzed your data, and you have done code, like you have done the coding system and everything, and you want to explore specific patterns in your data, this Code Explorer would be really great help. And and to help you, see the system that you have used for coding system. I'm gonna show like something like really simple, really quick, then we will okay, so all you need to do is drag and drop again. So we opened the Code Explorer from Code menu. We gonna drop education in here. So education. In document system, it shows me that it has been coded 24 times, 24 codes. In 10 documents, they give you the percentage, the most frequent codes have been in focus groups, and how many times have been activated there. Related elements, as you can see, most frequent words in coded segments linked to education is work, then is time, study. The co-occurrence of these words, 8 times negative equals positive time. Now, these things are very important, but how we can use them, we will be talking about them when we talk about the QITTT in a couple of, like next week. But also here, you have code co-occurrence, and you have the word frequency. From these areas that you can filter your data, you can change the variables, it will change the results in here as well. I'm going to go to visual tools now. I'm going to show you how, again, about coding system and how you can make coding interesting. Here, I'm going to go with the Code Matrix browser. Now, these tools are important when you do your coding, not before you do your coding. Some of them are interesting. You can use them before you do the coding analysis, and they will help you on how you can do that. We'll be talking about them when we talk about the coding analysis session. So for example, you could come here to Code Matrix browser. So you're gonna choose which documents you wanna select. You can choose like focus groups, speakers, but I'm going with documents only for activated codes, or you can do it for all sessions. Sorry, all codes. If you click OK, here it will show you this new visualization of your data. Now, this might sound like complicated, but actually it's not. So this shows the percentages of the coding system that you have done. You can here change how you want it to look like to be able to understand it correctly. Okay, you can have different ways to do that. Now, if you don't understand this, or it sounded like a bit complicated for you, you can come to the help button in here. It will take you to MAXQDA manual, and it will explain that in details for you. Here you could change how this looks like. So you could change it to something like this, where you could see it in a more interactive way. Now, here you cannot make lots of changes. You can make like minimum changes, but you cannot make like major changes in this part, because it only meant to show you the data and explain how your data, how it would look like as a result. But you could add memos here. You can add memos again, like a sticker notes. You can add them. You can add comments in here. Another tool I want to talk about today before I finish and finalize today's session is you could under visual tools, you have visual tools. Under visual tools, you have Word Cloud, Code Cloud, Word Trends. If you come to Word Trends in here, and you want to see which words are the most used or the most frequently used in a single document or multiple documents, this way it might help you to exploit your data in a more gives you like a closer look on your data. So you can use like a single document, or you can choose multiple documents. Let's see like a multiple documents. So it here will show you this window. It asks you to select the documents. If you click here, you could choose which documents you want. Now, if you click on the parent document, it will highlight the sub documents as well. I'm going to go with all of them, and it will show you this. Now, you could make this more so these words here are the most used in the documents. You could use Word Explorer based on codes. I will show that in a second. But the word work, if you come like next, you see like these dots, it will show you like the frequency of these words, how many times they have been mentioned. Again, you could use this visualization, and you can edit it in many different ways. We'll be talking about on a different session, on the visualization session. Now, if you want to remove any word from here, you can remove it easily. Here, you could search for specific words, like, for example, let's say the word life. And you want to add life, you can add it. It has been mentioned. I'll give you a color as well. It has been mentioned 6 times, for example. Here you could change the documents that you want. You could work on different languages from here. Again, you have like many features that you can play with these things, different colors as well. And you can copy it or like copy paste it or add it to your research or and export it. Another one here is the profile. Sorry, I mentioned the point about coloring your data. Now you see these things in here. This is another way that you can code your data. And to do that, it's really simple. All you need to do is highlight the area that you want, the segment. There's this pen in here. You can choose the highlighter that you want. And I'm gonna just like highlight red. It shows here red. And in the code system, it shows red. But if you want to give this one a name, you can edit it easily. Click here twice. Sorry, click here once. And you can give it a name, or whatever name, or whatever like the color that you want, and it will change automatically. But the most important part, as I said, is that you need to use the coloring system or the color code very wisely, because when you come to the visualization section and you want to have a document map or a code map, you don't want it to look very colorful with no meaning. You need to have a very good purpose why you have used these colors. For example, if I'm going to go with code map, and I want to select the codes that I want to have, like a code map of these codes, I'm going to go with work-life balance again. But if you select the parent code, it will not select the subcodes. So you need to go to the ones that you want to have then visualized, click OK, and you will have this one. Now, it sounds like, what is that? But you could change it from here to have like more closer look on how your data. Now, friends and education and work-life balance, they are extremely far away from each other. It means that they have not happened much in the same document. They are very far away in the coding system. You could do the same thing for the document map. And so, for example, I'm gonna go with single documents. Let's go with Slim again and click OK. You need to select the codes as well. So let's go education and work-life separation. If you do this, nothing appeared because there's no relations between them. So once you are more familiar with your data, it will be easier to follow these specifications. One more tool before I take another question is, sorry, document portrait. Yes, this is the one where it talks about the coloring system, only for activated codes, for example. The Rayleigh interview from Berlin document interview with only the coded segments here, which are education, family, friends, and work-life separation. They look like this. This is the area where I have work-life separation, family, and friends have been coded. And if you hover over it, you will see more information about the specific questions that you have asked and you have answered. Now, you could do it all for the whole document, and it would look like this. This shows you the document, sorry, the code system that you have done. And again, if you use the colors wisely, it will show you which code have been coded the most and which code has been coded the least. Which codes, like you have empty areas here, they have a meaning. They did not happen in vain. It's not a glitch in the system. They have a specific purpose. That's why they are there. So using the colors in the coded segments would make your work a lot easier when you want to visualize your data, and shows you which coded segment that you have been used the most, which one have not been used the most. Again, here in this area, you have many options that you can use to, visualize your data in a better way. You can change how they look. So, for example, this one shows that amount of hours of flexibility of work and career in home office have been highlighted the most. And this is a new code that we have added at the end of the session, which is called name, for just to showcase the code coloring is the least one that has been used. Again, you can export them, and you have options here that you can work with. We have a question, I guess. I think someone wanted to ask a question, no? No, okay. What else I wanted to mention for today? Actually, pretty much that's all the things I wanna mention today about the first session. Just the first session meant to accommodate you with the software and how we will, proceed in the upcoming sessions. I hope it was not very overwhelming, and it was easier for you to follow up with that. I will be sending you the handouts today after the session, and once the recording is available, I will send it to you as well. If you have any questions, I'm here. You can ask them. Any comments? Anything that you did not like in the first session that I need to change in the second session? Yes, please.
Thank you very much. I have a question regarding the subcodes. If you can go back to the, because when I was trying to play a little bit with, with my document I created, and when I was creating codes, they automatically put me like a subcode. But I want, for example, to have two separate main codes, right? So can you please show how to create new codes, how to create subcodes? So because the way you showed, I was following, and I just created the code and subcode. Yeah, thank you.
Yeah, great. Thank you so much. So, and here we have the code window in here. So to be able to create a code, as I said, you have different ways. You can, from here, click a new code, or from this one, you could create a code. So I'm gonna go here, and I'm gonna write work day program, for example, as a code. I'm gonna give it the color. Let's see, we have black. Sorry, I'm gonna go with black color, and okay, experiment, and just like example. So this is the main code, right? But I don't want it in work-life balance, right? So I'm gonna come, drag, and leave it here. Now this is the parent code, or the main code in our data. Now, if I want to create a subcode, I will come on the main code here, and you have the plus icon. If you click here and you write another code, like for example, work shift. You could give it the same code color. You could change that. It's up to you. If you click OK, it would come under that. Now imagine that work-life problems relate to work day program, and I want to add this main code as a subcode. All you need to do is drag and drop it. When you see the word merge, you will leave it there, and that will take your code to that area. Now, I think I've made a mistake, just an example. I've made a mistake, and I think that work shift does not belong to workday problem. It's a main code, it's not a subcode. All you need to do, again, is drag and drop it wherever you want. And once you see this, like there's not the merge part, the green space, like arrow, you can leave it there. So you could just leave it there, and now work shift became as main code. So all you need to drag and drop to combine multiple codes under the parent code. All you have to do is drag and drop them until you see the word merge, leave them there, and that's how you transfer them to that area. I hope that answers your question.
Okay, thank you.
Of course. Any other questions? You have questions in the chat, maybe.
Hello. Hello.
Any other questions?
Yes. Hello.
Yeah.
This is Gifty from Ghana.
Hi.
Hello.
Nice to meet you.
Good. I would like to know whether we can have access to a video showing us how to go about the activities on the app.
I will send the video recording after the session.
Okay.
All right. I think we don't have any more. Of course. Well, I think we don't have any more questions. So I think that's for today. I will see you tomorrow at 11 a.m. again, Turkey time. And I will send you the handouts as well. Thank you so much for attending today's session.
Thank you.
Thank you. Bye-bye.
Of course. Bye-bye. Bye-bye. Thank you.
Thank you so much. Very clear and useful.
Thank you so much. I appreciate it.